Ladies and gents, thank you for joining me for another weekend warm-up reaction. Glad to have you with me today. So today I'm going to continue reacting to what I started earlier this week on Monday. If you have been following the channel, then you might have seen that I started rediscovering symphonic metal this week. So I know symphonic metal, but I have never listened to it that much. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I wasn't a big fan. But I thought maybe it's good time to go back and revisit some of the famous bands. So this week, earlier this week on Monday, I reacted to After Forever, Discord, and it's a great song. I really liked it. It didn't make the playlist. I was saying it might make the playlist, but it did not because I really liked it, but the theme overall is not that, didn't captivate me that much. But it's a really cool song. However, there was another song from that album which has made the playlist from the After Forever album, the last album that After Forever released. So let me know if you can guess which one that is. It's a really cool song, fast song, and it features a guitarist on that song. That one I really liked, and that one made the playlist. Okay, so back to today's reaction. What's interesting is that, of course, I think the most famous symphonic metal band is Nightwish from Finland. Primarily thanks to their first several albums which they released with Tarja, who left the band. But still, like, I think they are the most famous symphonic metal band. What's interesting is that most of the other famous symphonic metal bands come from the Netherlands. I'm not sure if the Netherlands feed something to their girls or give them some secret foods or ingredients, but there are, like, a lot of the famous symphonic metal bands come from Holland, like EPICA, After Forever, Within Temptation. So which is interesting. Let's see what else. Delane, Revamp, which featured Floriansen from After Forever, and Nightwish currently. Among other bands. Of course, there are other countries which are famous for symphonic metal, like Germany, Finland, as I mentioned. Maybe some other European countries like Austria, maybe Italy, US, probably USA. But the most famous one is the Netherlands, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that style has some roots in the Dutch history or folklore or something. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, let me know. But it's interesting. It's just like, for example, power metal, like the most famous power metal bands, or the biggest source of power metal music is Germany, Finland, Sweden. Of course, you have some US bands as well. You have some UK bands. You have some bands from Norway, from other European countries, but primarily it's Germany, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark a little bit, I would say, who produce power metal, and then you have black metal. I think, like, from my limited knowledge of black metal, a lot of the bands come from Norway, for example. Among other countries, I'm really interested in the roots of the genres and why some genres prevail in certain countries. I think it's an interesting topic, and we can discuss that more. Let me know in the comments section what you think of all that. But to me, it's very interesting. Anyway, back to the reaction. So today I'm going to be reacting to one of the most famous symphonic metal bands. So I want to continue in the journey of discovering symphonic metal, at least this week. And I decided I want to react to EPICA. So I know EPICA, but I have never listened to their whole discography. I've listened to their debut, and I like a few songs. I think I've listened to maybe Consigned to Oblivion and Design Your Universe, but I cannot remember anything. I can remember from Design Your Universe, I can remember a slow song which I used to like. I think it's The Tides of Time, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time since I listened to symphonic metal and EPICA. There was an EPICA concert near me not a long time ago, but I could not find any tickets. So I'm really interested to revisit EPICA, but unlike After Forever, I will not go back to their most famous album or to an older album. I see they have released a new album called Aspiral, and they've released several videos. So I decided, let's go and let me check out and react to Arcana, which is the first single, I believe, which they released from their latest album, and it has the most views. So I guess it'll be a nice introduction. So Arcana is track number 2 on the Aspiral album. So before we dive into the reaction, so the band members are Mark Jansen on guitars and vocals, Simone Simons on vocals, Cohen Jansen on keyboards and accordion, Arjen van Wiesenbeek on drums, Isaac Delahaye on guitars, and Rob Vanderloo on bass. Let's not delay and let us dive right into Arcana. Looking forward to what they have in store for us. You ready? I am. EPICA. Spooky beginning. Oh, Simone. I really think she's a beautiful girl, beautiful woman, really beautiful. To me, it's one of the most good-looking female singers in metal. Let me know what you think. The guitars sound to be either tuned down or a 7-string guitar. She still looks great. Beautiful vocals. Interesting choir sound. They changed the rhythm. That's a nice chorus. Really high vocals, really beautiful vocals. I love her vocals. Like, I haven't listened to Epica for a long time, but I remember her vocals, and I always used to like her. As I said, I'm not too much into symphonic metal, but I think Simone's vocals are really beautiful. Really, really. I think my favorite so far, if I recall correctly, and if I don't remember anyone else, I think she's like my favorite female vocalist in metal, or one of. I mean, Sharon Deladelle from Within Temptation has a beautiful voice. Even Flori Jansen, like in the last reaction, I loved her vocals. But just Simone has great vocals, I think, and she still looks great. So cool. Yeah, I think the guitars are either it's a drop D or C, or it's a 7-string guitar, maybe a 7-string guitar, because the tone is low and thick. So I think so. Yeah, let's continue.
Deny.
chorus is pretty nice. Here they change the rhythm. That's a weird costume. Okay. I think we have some breakdown coming here. Although we're almost at the end of the song. So yeah, as I said, like the chorus is really nice. The vocals are beautiful. Nothing too much happening in the guitars and stuff like that, like nothing too surprising or overwhelming. But there was the last part where the riffs started to kick in more and gain some intensity. That was nice. The drums are nice. I mean, it's okay. Nothing too special, I guess. But the orchestration is really nice. The choirs, it's it has a theatrical vibe, a symphonic vibe. So that's the nice aspect of it. The vocals as well. The video clip is also not bad. It's cool. The costume and the style. It's well done, I would say. Before we continue, I want to check the lyrics. See, because in the description it says Arcana guides you through the universal stages of spiritual evolution. It leads the way to higher consciousness and spiritual self-awareness. Okay. But let's go deeper into the text itself. So hear me, I want you to hear me, my cry. See me, I want you to see me alive. Life, it feels eternal when you're close to me. A bird without its wings cannot be free. Your spirit feels a cold embrace that slowly fades. Rise, I see a future bright and crystal clear. Be brave, aim higher and don't disappear. Defy the odds into eternity and endlessly. And in the dark, I see you hiding from the light. Your destiny there written in the stars until the end of time. Okay, breathe, and through the pain and tears we truly feel. You'll find a way through chaos and all fear. No soul denies a symmetry that's meant to be. Fly, your wings will catch the wind and set you free. Cast off the weight and dreams will reappear. A king and queen ride on, eternally forever free. Okay, so Arcana guides you through the universal stages of spiritual evolution. So they're talking about you as a person, as a spirit. Maybe that it needs time to evolve and find its purpose. And then the person, the physical person the body that contains that spirit can reach its true purpose in life and do what it's meant to do. This is how I understand it. Step in the light, your heart is fighting for your life. We resonate, a dual fate lives deep within the grand design. So, yeah, it's like the universe, a grand design is there, and each spirit, each person evolves and plays a role in that grand design. Or should play a role. I guess some people don't do that or don't try to do that or achieve that. Unfortunately. So yeah, okay, this is what I understand. Let me know what you think and we can continue. Let's go back a bit because that breakdown was starting and it sounded really good, or that ending. Whoa. thought it's Mark Gents. Interesting growling part, and that's it. Okay, I didn't expect it to end that way. Interesting. That growling part was not bad. I'm not a biggest fan of growling, but when it fits the song, I really like it. And here I think it was nice, but a pity it didn't come earlier in the song. But yeah, it's a nice song. It's a nice song. I'm still thinking if it'll make the playlist. I wish it had more of some instrumental parts, you know, that would even excite me more, because there were things that I really liked, and I think it would be a nice listen to have it in the playlist. But I just feel it's missing something there. Not necessarily guitar solos. Guitar solos don't have to be everywhere. The same formula doesn't have to be in all songs. You know, the classic metal formula, like a verse, chorus, guitar solo, and then chorus, and the song ends. Or then the last chorus goes a step higher. No, I'm not asking for that. It doesn't have to be a guitar solo, but like just something inside more, you know, going on. But yeah, I think it's a cool song. I'll have to re-listen to it and see if... I mean, the theme, the lyrics... I like the theme and the lyrics more than, let's say, the After Forever song. But the instrumentation in the After Forever song in Discord was better. Like the middle part and stuff. This one had something going on, but it was too short, and then there was the growling part and it ended. So, but yeah, Simone's vocals were great, and the orchestration was very nice, and the whole mood was like epic. It was theatrical, so I liked it. I'll check more songs from this album, and yeah, in the future I would like to get back to older EPICA, probably to their most famous album, Design Your Universe or The Divine Conspiracy, one of those two. So if you have any suggestions for a reaction from those albums, let me know, because as I said, I can remember only one song from Design Your Universe, and it's a ballad. It's or a slow song, like a very soulful feeling song, which is I think The Tides of Time, and I cannot remember any other song, although I think I listened to some of the songs from the album many years ago. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I didn't mention it at the beginning of the video, but if you're enjoying my reactions and my content, please do consider hitting that like button. I really need that like button from you. Do it for me. And hit that subscribe button while you're at it, and the bell to receive the notifications so that you can follow all the new content which I'm releasing on this channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.